got 2 great movies and a personal tour of Rhonda's Hollywood. Next on USA Up All Night. Yeah. Rhonda Shear, and this is USA Up All Night, and right now we're cruising down Hollywood Boulevard. Tonight, as a public service to my fans, I'm going to take you on a tour of what I'd like to call Rhonda's Hollywood. Now, think of the money that you're saving. Now, if you took a tour bus, they'd charge you $10 for adults and $5 for kids. For a couple and 2 children, that's $57. But Rhonda takes care of her fans. Tonight's trip is free, unless you want to send me something. Now, we're going to check out every inch of this city and show you a few things that maybe you've never seen before. Here's an example. Los Angeles has drive-through for everything. Last week, I even went through a drive-through church. It was delicious, too. I had a McRosary and 2 double wafers with cheese. Anyway, it's time to get started with our tour. Once again, USA Up All Night demonstrates its undying dedication to quality programming in this country. Later tonight, the comedy will reach a fevered pitch when we show you Zoo Radio. But first tonight, we'll see Senior Week, one of the few movies that shows high school in a positive light. Let's get started with Senior Week on USA Up All Night. Yeah. Looks like the boys are going to spend their senior week in Florida. Hey, that's great. Like they really know how to treat tourists there. Anyway, we are doing Rhonda's personal tour of Hollywood. It's free, it's incredible, and it's my tour. Right now we're on Hollywood Boulevard. Look at all the glitz and the glamour. My goodness, the trees, the foliage. Stars have walked down this street before. There's a star right now, I think. Who is that? Yeah, Hal Holbrook. I needed a little help from my director, and he gave it to me. Sometimes those names just slip. Hal Holbrook. Sometimes you can be driving next to stars in Hollywood. It's incredible. And there, you see this place right here? Stars often shop in that grocery store. They cash checks there. It's an amazing place. I love Hollywood Boulevard. But stay tuned, there's more touring. I'm going to give you like details you've never had before. And your Hollywood hot cake will return in just a moment with more Senior Week. Don't go anywhere. Yeah. With the Rhonda tour. Right now we're passing Man's Chinese Theater. Great movies, great food, only in Hollywood. Oh, also, some people who are no longer alive have put their hands and feet and other parts of their body in semen. And people right now, they're walking and they're looking and they're sticking their hands in to see if their hands fit. I've done it before in Marilyn Monroe's, personally. Hi! Very cool. I think it's a star. He's got one of those peacocks on from another network, but then who cares? Anyway, we'll be back with more men. Thank you very much. Oh, look, they're taping me. And we're taping them. So Hollywood. Before we get back to our movie, I'd like to point out that legislation due to be passed in the next gubernatorial election in Los Angeles. Wait. It looks like we need a timeout.
It's time out for USA Up All Night. You call the call. Tonight's call is brought to you by Senior Week's sex education teacher.
Is that an apple in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
If you said he's just happy to see her, you called the right call.
Now, back to our movie on USA Up All Night. Rhonda's here in front of Men's Theater. Great movies, good food, only in Hollywood. Now, people come from all over the country to see all the handprints and footprints of famous stars because, oh, hi there. What's your name?
My name is Tashana.
Tashana, where are you from?
I'm from Los Angeles, California.
Now, have you been over there checking out some famous footprints? Like who did you look at?
Really, I can't remember the names of you. My boyfriend just liked to come for the fun of it.
Because it's Hollywood, isn't it glamorous? Did you see any stars tonight?
I saw you
That's really sweet. You didn't see Arsenio Hall?
minutes ago.
Wow. Well, you think that guy's a star? You know, those are the kind of guys. They pull up on their bikes and they don't want you to know they're a star, but they really are.
No, I'm not. I don't know.
We didn't ask him.
You, size. Oh, it's Rhonda.
All right, Tashana, give me 5. Wow, I love it. I'm the only star out tonight. I told you. Cool.
Star, Hollywood, Tad's action.
Everyone's a star. Are you a star?
Hey, Rhonda, I love you.
I love you too.
You want to see?
Oh my God.
I can't show it.
Well, hold on. Don't go away. Keep it in your bag or wherever. Wait, it is Arsenio. Wait, look everybody, it's Arsenio. No, you. Oh, wow, I do believe you're a star. It's Hollywood. They're all stars. We'll be right back to all the fun, laughter, and whatever goes on here on Up All Night and Senior Week, because it's the best. Rhonda wants to hear from you. Write me, Rhonda, USA Up All Night. P.O. Box 5719, Beverly Hills, California, 90209-5719. Look at the lights, the glitz and glamour of Hollywood Boulevard. Look at the building, the parking structure, monthly parking, $45. Where can you beat that? Only in Hollywood. Rhonda just loves the glamour. And look at the old architecture. That's not graffiti. That's artwork. It's artwork there. Rhonda has more of Hollywood Boulevard and more stars. Look, stars here, they just go skating by. What do you say? We get right back to Senior Week, and I'll come up with more Hollywood tidbits. It's Rhonda's tour of Hollywood, and we're having the best time right now on Hollywood Boulevard. Hey, check this out. Ripley's Believe It or Not. After we do this show tonight, they're actually going to put this truck in there, in this museum. Believe it or not, that we actually taped this show and survived on Hollywood Boulevard. You're watching Senior Week on USA Up All Night. Probably the single best reason for having cable installed in your home. We'll be right back. Oh, they're coming for me now. Of Hollywood here on USA Up All Night, and we paused for a second. Well, we haven't. We're actually moving along right now. You never know what you're going to do on Rhonda's tour of Hollywood. It sort of makes it a surprise tour, even for me. Right now, we're passing the Egyptian 1, 2, and 3. It was actually a 1, 2, and 3 theater. They couldn't decide if it was 1, 2, or 3. Pretty closed or dark right now. And look, a fabulous clothing store, and Sally Jesse, Raphael's mother. Did you see her? They look exactly alike. I'm giving you information that you should write down. Now, coming up in Senior Week, we'll see Kevin try his hardest to catch a case of warts. It's the perfect blend of comedy and romance as our movie continues right here on USA Up All Night. And so does the tour come back. Oh my goodness, it's Rhonda's tour of Hollywood, and it's the Rhonda Shrine coming up. Yes, look at the pink awnings as we head to Frederick of Hollywood. Oh, it is fabulous. Of course, it is very late at night, and because it's so safe here in Hollywood, you may notice that they have covered the windows totally so that no one can break in and steal bustiers. It has been done before. They stole Madonna's bra, and we certainly don't want that to happen again. Write this stuff down. This is good stuff. You can tell your great-great-grandchildren. We'll keep our show on the road when we return after these very brief messages on USA Up All Night. There'll be more, I promise. Good stuff. Shrine, Playmates of Hollywood. They're still open. That's why I love this store. All night shopping for lingerie and bustiers. There's stars in there now. We should go back. Can we just drive through the store? I mean, we could just drive through. Driver, I think he's going to turn around. Okay, in the meantime, we'll talk about Tracy because she caught Jamie dancing with another girl. But they're both mature young adults. Surely she'll give him the benefit of the doubt and forgive him.
You scum-sucking pig!
Of course, it might take some time. For now, it's back to Senior Week on USA Up All Night and Hollywood Boulevard. Yes! Ah, to be young, in love, and bloated on steroids. Little does Jamie know this is as good as it gets. Anyway, a little Hollywood tidbit from Rhonda to you. This palm tree to my right and to your left is a very, very famous palm tree. This is where Johnny Weissmuller, the original Tarzan, met Cheetah. Of course, the palm tree was only about that high, and now it's really high, but he climbed it all by himself. I love that palm tree. Anyway, we'll return to Senior Week on USA Up All Night right after these short messages. Isn't Hollywood grand? Ooh. Rhonda's tour of Hollywood, and right now we're in front of check cashing. And look, all night you can cash checks. I mean, just because the woman is behind 5 plates of bulletproof glass doesn't mean anything. It's very safe in Hollywood. Look, Rhonda's driving around. It's safe. Come on out. Bring the entire family. I'll take you on a tour. Coming up in Senior Week, we get to meet Jody's new special friend.
Meet Debbie Sue.
And we'll find out why Mrs. Bagley doesn't like mustard anymore. We answer all of life's questions right here on USA Up All Night. It's Rhonda doing her Hollywood tour just for you. We're passing the one and only. Well, it's not the one and only, but it's the famous, legendary mural. I mean, somebody actually got up there and painted that. Who? I don't know. But isn't that, it's Marilyn, it's Bogey, it's Fred Astaire, it's, what's her name? Betty Davis, James Dean, and Clark Gable. I love that. Look at the ears on Clark Gable. Wow. I guess we won't be seeing those ears on Clark Gable. Clark, are you hearing me, babe? Hollywood, do the stars keep shining long after their careers are over? Chevy, ready to fill the late night gap. Actually, I think he just sort of fell in. Wasn't quite ready. Anyway, if you tuned into Senior Week hoping to see a magazine show about activities for the elderly, we're sorry for the mix-up. However, I assure you that tonight's film is fun for all ages. USA Up All Night does continue. Rhonda wants to hear from you. Write me, Rhonda, USA Up All Night. P.O. Box 5719, Beverly Hills, California, 90209-5719. We are now getting ready to pass the world-famous Hollywood Wax Museum. Oh, look at it. It's so exciting. That's where stars go to get waxed. No, that's not where stars go to get waxed. There's wax figures of stars, and they are like everyone you can possibly think of, except for me. But I'm going to call and make sure that I'm going to be waxed. Well, maybe I'll just go there to get waxed. Now, here's something incredible for you. Believe it or not, this girl had no formal training as a dramatic actress before doing this movie.
Many have yearned for me, but weren't man enough to endure my unbridled lust.
Quick, somebody call Ripley. Now back to Senior Week on USA Up All Night. We've reached the conclusion of Senior Week, and some people are probably happy about that. Mrs. Bagley sure is. USA Up All Night does continue. You know, when you do Rhonda's tour, you can just see a lot of people, like people in their car. Hi, how are you? You are part of Rhonda's Hollywood tour. What's your name? Dave, very nice. Dave, you're very handsome, very beautiful lady. Pull your skirt down. Red car, only in Hollywood. Our next movie is called Zoo Radio, and it has a little bit of everything, including the winner of the Kelsey Grammer Lookalike Contest. So settle in and enjoy Zoo Radio on USA Up All Night. So it's brother against brother in a radio ratings war, and it's sure to get really ugly. I wonder which one will call Howard Stern first. Anyway, we're in Rhonda's very windy tour of Hollywood right now, and it's fabulous. Now, what's great about Hollywood is that people have been discovered in amazing places, like Lana Turner was discovered sitting on a stool at Schwab's drugstore. I mean, you can be discovered anywhere, at a red light, like this beautiful young lady in this black car. Hi there. See, very pretty young lady. Now, if I was a producer, I could lean over and say, hey, would you like a part in my next movie? Would you like a part in my next movie? Would you like a part in my next film? Sure. You could be. Just what's your name?
Linnell Goodrow.
Linnell, she's gorgeous. Well, I don't know how we can meet up, but good luck, Linnell. Now we're on Sunset Boulevard, so you can be discovered at a red light here in Hollywood. So come on out. Get discovered. But don't get into a wreck if someone's doing that at a red light. We'll return to Zoo Radio on USA Up All Night right after these brief messages. It's your bedtime, buddy, here on glamorous Sunset Boulevard, doing our Rhonda sort of tour of Hollywood, and it's fabulous. I mean, look at all the things that you can see here. For 99 cents, you can have anything you want. Thank you. Oh, that was for me. I got tooted. Coming up in Zoo Radio, you'll see the most effective form of peer pressure.
No more beer. This is out.
Try just saying no to that. Let's get back to our movie as USA Up All Night continues, and so does our tour. Don't go anywhere. I need to know, what do you watch? My constituents, my fans. Did you see the way they were throwing themselves at me? Now I know how Marilyn must have felt. It's wonderful. Wow. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial because you're tuned into Zoo Radio on USA Up All Night. Let's get back to it. It's Rhonda on Sunset Boulevard giving you the Rhonda Hollywood Tour, and we're getting ready to pass the Hollywood Cinerama Theater. We're looking for the ghost of Norma Desmond. I'm sure that she could be inside there, walking around and around and around, saying, "I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille." I love that. Did I do it well? "I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. Scott." Oh, I get so caught up in this Hollywood thing. Excuse me. We'll be right back after these very tasty commercials. On USA Up All Night with the Rhonda Tour of Hollywood. Right now we're on Melrose Avenue, where stars come to shop and to eat and to hang out and to play, and wannabes come here to be discovered. And it's fabulous. Look how trendy and it is and cool, and everything is painted really neat, and little coffee shops and little bistros. Hello there! Maitre d's are very famous in this town because most of them are really actors with fake accents. We'll return to Zoo Radio after these commercials on USA Up All Night. Don't go anywhere because we have more Melrose. To the famous Pink's hot dog stand. Oh, thank you very much. Sorry, no time to tip you this time, but oh, he's awfully cute, isn't he? Very famous hot dogs at Pink's. I mean, Charo always went to Pink's for her wieners. Now, you go back to the movie Zoo Radio while Rhonda has a little nibble. It sure is, wow, looking good. Go away, go away. Oh, it's big and juicy. It's Rhonda, your cuddly couch companion on our Hollywood tour of Rhonda's Hollywood. Now, we're in Melrose Avenue. It's fabulous here. It's very artsy, and all the stars come here to shop and play and eat. Look, see, they're all in the window eating. Look at that. Many stars. Do you recognize him? Wow, I think that guy's on Melrose Place. Maybe if we look really close, we'll find Heather Locklear. Sort of hard to find blondes on this street. Don't go away, folks. There's more of LA to see when we return to Up All Night and Zoo Radio right after these very important, thank you, commercial messages. The home. It wasn't supposed to be included on this tour, but it is. Right now, we are passing Fabio's home. Isn't it beautiful and luxurious? Look at that home. A few little tasteful burglar bars, but absolutely gorgeous. The next one, it's very well lit, is Eric Estrada's home. Then we have Pia Zadora's, a nice little Spanish motif there. Oh, Joni and Chachi, I believe, still live there, yes, and Gary Coleman lives there. Small cars, but a big star. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere because you saw it here. Rhonda Star's home. Rhonda wants to hear from you. Write me, Rhonda, USA Up All Night. P.O. Box 5719, Beverly Hills, California, 90209-5719. Melrose Avenue is Melrose Sleep Shops, where stars shop to sleep. Because they have trouble sleeping, so they sleep on Melrose. And then we have Aardvarks, where people, you know, they bring their old clothes there, and then people like you and I go in there because we think Cher wore it and pay a lot of money. Because we're really dumb. Because Cher never wore it. Cher has never been an Aardvark, what I have. And so is Beverly Center. Your cruising cuddle buddy now returns you and the rest of the gang to the beautiful people. Not as beautiful here as Melrose Avenue, but they are beautiful on Zoo Radio, on USA Up All Night, of course. And now, for the conclusion of Zoo Radio. This is the part of the film that the stuntmen perform their most death-defying stunts. USA Up All Night continues, and so does Rhonda. Anyway, it's Rhonda here on Melrose Avenue on the Rhonda Tour of Hollywood. And that does it for yet another exciting episode of USA Up All Night. For those of you who can't get enough of this, because you just can't get enough of this caliber of movie, don't worry. We've got Weekend Warriors coming up next. You can catch me next week when we'll do something completely different all over again. Until then, remember, from the keeper of the Sizzle Kiss, if it's LA, it's Rhonda Up All Night. Well, how am I going to do this? All right, here we go. I've never sizzled on Melrose. I sort of like it. Nighty-night.